Land, sea, and sky each has its ruler: Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. These extremely powerful Pokemon make up what fans call the Weather Trio. All three have abilities that affect weather conditions on the field and add to their power. Eventually, it was discovered that these aren't even their most powerful forms. Using their respective orbs, Kyogre and Groudon are able to revert to their ancient primal form. Rayquaza, however, became the first Pokemon to ever Mega Evolve and isn't restricted by its held item. Back in Ruby and Sapphire, it was clear Groudon was at a disadvantage, being weak to Kyogre's water and unable to hit Rayquaza with its ground stab. Still, a very powerful Pokemon and one of the best introduced in Gen 3. When Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire came out, its primal form gave it an ability and a new type, Fire, to help with its disadvantage. No more water, ice, or grass weakness. The new ability, plus the increase in power, took it to the next level. In fact, all three of the Weather Trio were extremely dominant. Just look at all their placements in the 2 years they were allowed in VGC. Without at least one or both of them on your team, you couldn't place in the top 20 plus. All three were pretty even, and it was hard to say which was the best. But in Emerald Elite Redux, they've been upgraded with more moves and multiple abilities at once. Today we'll look at Groudon and its primal form to see just how insane its increase in power is, and if it's the new leader of the Weather Trio. Before we got its awesome looking primal form, we got the plain old Groudon. Still a strong physical attacking Pokemon with crazy high defense. In these games, it's a ground and fire type, like its primal form, which lets it get stab and sun boosts on fire moves. Its special defense is a weak spot, so keep it away from those water moves. Although its stats are lower than its primal form, it does have some unique advantages, starting with its abilities. It can choose from 3 different ones. Tough Claws, which boosts contact moves by 30%. The new ability, Molten Down, which makes fire moves super effective against rock type. So yeah, Mega Aerodactyl, you're no longer safe up there, buddy. And lastly, Solar Power, which boosts its special attack by 50% in the sun, bringing it right up there with its physical attack. This ability also no longer takes 1/8 of your health. To be honest, the change was probably for Mega Houndoom because Arceus knows he needs it. Now I think it's much better as a physical attacker, but versatility is never a bad thing. But let's look at the 3 innates it will always have. Of course, the signature ability Drought, which summons Sun for 8 turns, boosting fire type moves, and weakening its 4 times weakness to water. Self-Sufficient, which restores 1/16 of its HP every turn, kinda like a free leftovers. And the last ability is Sun Worship, which boosts its highest stat by 1 in the sun, which combined with his Drought ability will always guarantee he gets this boost right when he enters. This to me is the big advantage it has over its primal form, as the +1 in attack makes it stronger. Again, it's also not restricted by the red orb, meaning it can run a Choice Scarf, Life Orb, Assault Vest, or Leftovers. Obviously they both have the same moveset, so no advantage there. I found that Rock Polish is very important and doubles its mediocre speed and allows it to potentially sweep through teams. It also gets Swords Dance, so if a Pokemon can't take it out in 2 turns, it can become unstoppable. Precipice Blades is now 130 base power and 100% accurate. It has also been given new powerful moves like Victini's signature V-Create or Flare Blitz for its fire type stab. It gets the physical equivalent to Solar Beam and Solar Blade to kill water and ground types in the way, and the new Strength, now 100 base power and 100% accurate rock move. There are many, many ways to use Groudon, and it's going to be a force no matter which route you choose to go. Now, Primal Groudon definitely has its base form beat in the looks department, especially the shiny forms, but how much stronger is it in battle? Honestly, I was a little disappointed in the primal form. The primal form is like a Mega Evolution in that it adds 100 to its base stat total. For Groudon, half of this goes to its special attack, and the other 50 is split 30-20 between its attack and defense respectively. The problem I have is that regular Groudon already has an ability that boosts its special attack to this level, and like mentioned before, base Groudon gets the +1 on entry, so is there really an advantage in power? Let's look at Primal Groudon's abilities. It doesn't have to choose like the base form and gets both Tough Claws and Molten Down. It gets the signature Desolate Land, which is a never-ending form of drought that also evaporates all water on the field, so no more water type weakness. It also gets Primal Armor, which will reduce super effective moves by 50%, and the only weakness that it is ground, meaning no moves are really super effective. It can make it quite difficult to take out, but these abilities still don't make it much better than the base form. Both are still incredibly strong, but I see no reason to choose Primal Groudon over the base form. So how does Groudon stack up against the others of the Weather Trio? I'd say it's definitely the worst of the three. Kyogre and Rayquaza are both better with their alternate forms, which means they're actually getting upgrades. Kyogre has some similar issues with its base form being close in strength to its primal, but I can still make the case it's an upgrade. Rayquaza has no issues like that, as it can Mega Evolve whenever it wants and can hold whatever it wants. The other reason is they both have abilities that can boost up their speed, allowing them to invest in other areas and sweep much easier. I made videos on both of them in the past if you want to see their skill sets. It seems as though, once again, Groudon is in their shadow. That was my breakdown of Primal and regular Groudon. If you liked it, please let me know by liking the video and subscribing for more. Let me know what other Pokemon you'd enjoy seeing me cover in the future. I might have a video on it already, so make sure to check out my previous uploads. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.